I want to give you some advice on how to use a function in Access called a lookup table or lookup value in a table. Here's a little database I've created. It's got classes and students taking classes. So here's my classes table. And for the homework, what I'd like you to do is create these data fields and data types, so each field has a data type, and then describe what the field is and give it an appropriate data type, like a number, a class number. Well, that should be a number, and these others are text. So here's some records that I have in this table of classes. So I have a primary key, I have a name, which is actually like a discipline name, and a number and a title from the catalog. And what I'd like to do is not let people put in something like MIS or some other funny discipline title. I want it to be only certain values that are allowed. And so, I don't get that yet. So I can use a lookup table value to help me with that. So let me show you how I do this. So I've already created this, and what I want to do is only allow certain values in. So I'll use this lookup wizard, and instead of looking the values up in a table, I'll do that next. I'll just type in the values that I want. And so those values will be management, marketing, accounting, finance, GBA. Those are the only ones you can select, and give it a default name and finish. And the effect of that is that when I go here, I can only select from those, and that avoids making mistakes when you are entering data. You don't want to minimize the number of data entry mistakes. Now I also have a table that relates classes and students, and it's called students take classes. And in it I've got a primary key, and what I'm saying is this student, and this is how the lookup value looks like, this student earned this grade this semester in that year for this class, class 3, whatever class that is. Well, I'm going to use a lookup value to help me find that primary key, because that primary key is how I relate the tables together. That's a very important concept. So under class ID, this is the primary key in classes. There's 3. 3 is management 418. So I'm going to make this a lookup value. So I go to my lookup wizard. This is the easiest way to do it. I'm going to look up a column of the values that I want in another table. Well, that other table is the classes table. I'm looking up what class ID is associated with a certain class. And I'll just select all these things. Now, I'm interested in this, but I don't memorize these. I do know the class name and number and title, but I don't really know this. And then I can sort these in various ways. I could sort them by name, and then maybe by number, if I had a whole bunch of them. Now in Access, the default is to hide this primary key. Don't hide it, because that's what I want. I'm interested in what key is associated with these classes. So don't hide it, and then on the next screen, that class ID, that's what I want returned. This is asking you, when you select a row, what value do you want stored? Well, I want that class ID stored in this case. And then I save that. The table must be saved. Now when I use it, I can go, oh, he took management 418. Well, that's ID 3. I don't have to remember all the other stuff. Or ID 4, oh, that's GBA 310. I don't need to remember the 4. But that 4 and the 3, those are very critical, because that's what connects this table to the classes table. So I hope that helps you, and I hope you use those in your database project.